Welcome back to my channel. Ashley here. So as usual, if you're new, welcome to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you're an OG, as always, thank you for the continued support. So today we are reviewing Tyme the Infamous's new eyeshadow palette, Cakeface. So if you'd like to see my thoughts on this palette and how to achieve this eye look, stay tuned. So let's get into this review. So I've been sitting on this palette for a little bit of time, but now I'm finally reviewing it. So we are reviewing Tyme the Infamous's brand, Cakeface. Tyme is an OG on YouTube, okay? OG. I remember watching her back in the day. I remember when I was first applying to MAC, I was watching her video on tips and tricks, honey, so I could land that job, which I did. So shout out to Tyme for that. But yes, Tyme is an OG. If you don't know who Tyme is, you've been living under a rock. I grew up with Tyme. Tyme was like the first person that I knew on YouTube that was purchasing like luxury items. Sis was in glitter, cut creases, full face coverage, everything. So Tyme was that girl and still is that girl. And this is her brand, Cakeface. So we'll be reviewing the eyeshadow palette today. So this is what it looks like. I will unbox. And this is what inside the packaging looks like. It has Cakeface eyeshadow palette and it has Stay Caked Up in the center, and then on the bottom it has all of her socials so you can check them out. And now for the review. So this is the palette. This is the collector's edition package. This is the palette and the packaging. So it literally sits in here. It's sitting in the satin. So she said that the satin was hand dyed. I know she mentioned that her and Space, which is her significant other, that they spent a lot of time and money. She said they passed up a wedding. Hopefully we still get to see that soon though, Tyme. They passed up a wedding and they really wanted to make sure that they were going to deliver a quality product, which I already knew because Tyme, like I said, has been that girl. So she was already going to deliver and she was always going to keep all of us in mind. So she mentioned that the satin was also hand dyed and it's my favorite color. Y'all know I love pink and it feels really beautiful. So you know I'm a hoarder, so I'm definitely going to keep it. So let's get into this palette. This is the packaging on the front and this is the back. It says Cakeface. Let's open this up. I am so excited for her because I know how much she's wanted to do this. So this is the front of the palette and this is the back. I'm going to read you what's on the back. It says, eyeshadow palette. Established in 2014 as a merch company, Cakeface catered to the everyday makeup artists and makeup enthusiasts who loved heavy, intense, and unapologetic makeup. Now comes a long-awaited Cakeface eyeshadow palette that takes you on a nostalgic journey. What I love about Cakeface is that it's a no judgment zone. Cakeface used to be a derogatory term. People would call me that all the time. Then I thought, yeah, you know what? I am a cake face, so what? And that's what I became known for. I wanted to create a place where you're able to experiment, play with color, and express yourself no matter what anyone thinks. Tyme the Infamous. So I think that's really dope, and it's really a message that I feel that has said, because she always talks about this, like cake face, and how her makeup is always full coverage, and you know, not everybody likes that, but it's not about everyone else. It's about what you're comfortable with and what you like. Someone else will eventually like it, but it's not about them, it's about you. So the palette is also vegan, cruelty free, paraben free, and it's supposed to be alcohol free and EU allergen free. So we all know that we're waiting to see what the palette looks like. So this is the mirror part of it, which is the top, and this is the palette, you guys, literally, and that's one of the colors. This is Tyme's palette. This is so exciting. This is what it looks like. So I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna dive into like some purples and pinks to see what that looks like. I know she said she wanted this side and the bottom to be everyday wear, so that's where these colors came in. So they're about 4 mattes and the rest are all shimmers, and she has a pressed glitter, which is right here. The names are Cherry on Top, Lick It Off, Space, Layer Cake, Infamous, Ooey Gooey, The OG, Crumb Layer, Cake Face, Oh My Gosh, You Guys, and Fully Baked. So you already know, if you watch a Tyme the Infamous video, she always starts with You Guys. So I'm happy that she made that a color, because, you know, that's, you know, an ode to all of her supporters out there. So I think I'm going to go into the transition color Fully Baked. She did say she wanted to make it a color that would be for everyone, and she also made sure to mention she kept all of her melanin goddesses in mind, which we're definitely grateful for. Thanks, Tyme. So I am going to go into that color Fully Baked with a fluffy brush. I'm going with my Morphe M573 brush, and you know what, let me tap this concealer first. Smooth out this layer. So let's go in. Ooh, Tyme, honey. Tyme was in the lab. This is super pigmented Tyme. This is what we love. I am so happy that she's able to follow her dreams. I know for some people that's tough, so it's a beautiful thing to see her live it out. So I am just tapping that in my crease and blending that out. So I think I have just enough in my crease. Now I'm going to go into Lick It Off. That is that beautiful, that stunning purple that's right there. And I love the detailing of the shadows. It looks like slime, you know, slowly dripping. But since it's cake face, I guess we could say it is icing dripping. So yes, I really love the detail that has gone into this palette, the sprinkles, the colors. It's super colorful, which is exactly Tyme herself. So, you know, this palette really embodies her. Let's see, what brush are we going into? I'm going to go into my JH51 brush. Oh, this is stunning. This is such a pretty purple. Oh, this is really beautiful. No, I love this. This is really pretty. I'm trying it without my NYX primer just to see. No, this is really a beautiful purple. I think this purple will look absolutely stunning on all skin tones. And you can definitely layer it. Yeah, no, this is beautiful. I feel like you're able to really pick it up on the brush. There's a little bit of color on the brush, but that's expected. But, you know, as you pick up and place it on the lid, I'm packing and swiping, you really get to see the color pay off. And the texture feels nice and smooth as well. So now that I laid that color down, I'm going to go in with the same fluffy brush I used with Fully Baked and blend out my crease. So this looks super pretty. I think I might just add a little bit more purple in my crease. I love how it blends out nice and subtle. Not too harsh. So now I'm going to add some mascara, throw on some lashes, and then I'll be back to smoke out my lash line. Now that the face is done, I'm going to go ahead and smoke Infamous, which is this stunning hot pink. I'm going to go ahead and smoke that on my bottom lash line. So now that that's done, mascara and lips, and we will be good to go. So guys, we are back with my final thoughts. So I had to throw on a pink lip, of course. I'm wearing an OG by MAC, Snob. I will make sure to list everything down in the description box below. So Tyme girl, we see all of the quality and literally the time that you put into this palette. I definitely feel like she kept us in mind, with it also being a replication of herself in a palette. Like the color story itself is Tyme, like it is literally Tyme. And then she also made sure to keep some colors for us to be able to wear the palette on a everyday basis. So the one con I will say is I would have wished there was like a smoky color so that we could have done like a smoky eye. So she said that this side was specifically the neutrals that we could do every day. So if we could have just gotten like a little brown shade, I would have been great with that, so that we could have just smoked it out. So that's the one thing that I will say is missing. Other than that though, the blendability of the shadows is absolutely flawless. I barely blended this eyeshadow look, like barely blended. The shimmers are beautiful. They are not too overpowering. I even smoked it on my bottom lash line, and we know how shimmers look on the bottom lash line. Not really the best, but her shimmers looked flawless on my bottom lash line. So guys, on a scale of 1 to 5 lipsticks, I definitely think this is a 5. I really, like I said, see the time and effort that she put into her brand, and I cannot wait to see what she comes out with next. So this palette does retail for $55. She might have a sale, who knows? This is the holiday time. And the palette did launch on August 26, 2021. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this review, and as usual, thank you for watching. Until next time.